Everybody, we have a Cross Keys tournament match for you tonight. We've got Pikapals versus SAGTG. This is the Cross Keys tournament losers bracket round 3. So whoever wins will succeed and go on, and whoever loses will be eliminated from the tournament. I am HXC Jetters, and we have our trackers Cool Papa Bell and Norinato pressing them buttons.
I'm Jay Coper. I'm going to join you, if that's all right with you.
That is quite all right.
Okay. Looking forward to the race as always here. Meyer key. So Pikapals was runner-up in the first entrance random tournament a couple years back. It's interesting to see him how he does here. I don't think that he's played quite as much since then.
Yep. And it looks like SAGTG and Pikapals are making an early split from their routes. GTG going for a good old tree pull, and Pikapals going for the bomb farm. Bombs are always a good asset to have early on in entrance. You never know when you're going to need them.
Oh, yeah. Finding the restock hut here is huge for GTG. My number one priority at the beginning of Seed is getting bombs. So this is great. Now you can go and search dungeons or search locations without having to worry about backtracking just for the sake of not having bombs.
Yeah, and it looks like Pika found Eastern gonna make that early dip. Sometimes dungeons, when you find them, places like Eastern or, Hera or whatever, you kind of jump on in and see what you can find real quick if you find them early enough. They can be a bit of a time sink, but, early on, there's a lot of things that can be a time sink.
Oh yeah, Eastern is a really interesting gamble in general because it's such a quick dungeon, but at the same time there are so few requirements to fully complete it. You just need the bow and the big key, so it's certainly tempting to put it off, but if I found it this early, and if I do find it this early, I'll almost always just go ahead and do it right away. So we got the back of escape check already. A hook shot for Pikapals, though. That's fantastic. You couldn't have asked for much better out of Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, that is a big find, and, that's when we get to Death Mountain, that's access to some more entrances there, as well as some other scattered places, and if we find Hookshot Cave, things like that. But definitely also useful right now at this stage as a temporary weapon / at least a stun on most enemies.
Yeah. So I think we also saw the stun drop there, and it looks like it's 5 rupees. It looks like GTG is also going to find Eastern here pretty quick. We'll see if he also makes the call to dip it and get that hook shot.
And looks like he says no, so our runners are going to have a little bit of a sync up here.
Yeah. Huh, interesting. They're both checking the race game. I often just leave this until I get the mirror. Come back here later, but nothing there. Good there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tempting to try to go through that dark cave. At this point, the biggest priority for me would be finding the well and trying to figure out what the drops are.
Yeah, I think their biggest concern with the dark cave is if it is the entrance to Death Mountain Ascent, you'd get stuck into going through it, possibly.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the one dark cave that you want to find because you get that old man save point and the and you also get the item from him as well as the access to Death Mountain. But I can understand putting it off.
Yeah, I might peek it, after I'm done with Kakariko, but I'd want to make sure I get some things done before I commit to trying to poke around and see.
Yeah, little interesting route by GTG going north there instead of east.
So we've got Thieves Town in Kakariko Village today.
Oh, looks like a vanilla well.
And picking up that bloomerang in one of the front four. What else do we got?
It's like a pod key, always useful. Ooh.
Oh, look at that! The boots! Early boots!
But that hook shot advantage might last for Pikapals for a while because who knows when GTG will get into Eastern. But you'd think that GTG is going to find Thieves Town pretty quick here.
Yep, and we've also got Swamp Palace in Village or Kakariko Village. So we got a couple dungeons here.
Oh, the flippers were in the well? I missed that.
And if you want to count, yeah, the flippers were in the well. And if you want to count, south of the village as part of the village, then we've got now 4 dungeons because we found Laser Bridge.
It's really nice to have boots when you find Laser Bridge. Makes these skips so much easier. See, let's see how GTG does with them. They're gonna already a little struggle. They're gonna be frustrated to find the boots so soon after doing this, I think.
Yeah, I would be too. And it looks like Ganon is hiding out on Magic Bat, and another entrance to Eastern.
The Turtle Rock, you mean, but yes.
Yeah, to Turtle Rock, of course. The west. Yeah, that'd be the west entrance to Turtle Rock. I can direction.
Yeah. We did get the big key to hair in there. That's one of the better big keys to get too, because then you can just full clear it all almost always right when you find it. Just need a sword or hammer to do it.
And one thing that's nice about having these boots early on is they'll be able to get bonk rocks checked relatively nicely if they go ahead and go north to do all the Lost Woods checks and stuff. So we've got GTG is going to go ahead and check the front 4. Not a big surprise there.
It's kind of interesting, the contrast here. Like Pikapals has the items and the maybe a little bit more exploration done, but what GTG has had is those bombs and all this money to deal with already.
Yeah, having 782 rupees at this point in the seed is definitely something that's a huge asset.
Oh, we found the bottom of Paradox Cave. I just noticed that. So once we get a mirror, we can backdoor it there.
Now, with the boots, I might wonder if GTG may go back for Eastern.
I think I could see. Oh, GTG is going to check out this connector here. Nice.
Yeah, this is a two-way connector you can easily get back, and as long as you don't get spit out somewhere, you're going to get stuck.
We got the Smiths at the north end of Lost Woods there.
So GTG is going to check the Bonk Rocks by Link's house. Let's see what's here. Meanwhile, Pikapals is going to see that Lumberjack is vanilla-ish. Wow, we got the mirror already. SAGTG pulling it out of the Bonk Rocks behind Link's house.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Mirror is one of the biggest items in entrance that, you know, I would say next to Moon Pearl, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever the top tier of items is, mirror is definitely in it.
And looks like we got a lot of dungeons in the light world here. Pikapal's finding Pod. I'm gonna go ahead and go through it. Doesn't have a bottle, so but does have one small key, so can open the front door here.
Okay, so we got a hint that the small key to desert is in Thieves Town. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the front of Thieves Town. Oh, lantern, nice. It's a big find. Fire source takes care of those dark connectors.
Yeah, definitely helps to just kind of walk into a dark connector and know exactly what it is. And it looks like Pika is gonna go for the mimic clip.
No, I think they're just checking the hint.
Okay.
Was that the crack on the pyramid leads to a cave with a chest?
Yes.
Okay, so one mystery item at the pyramid today. Looks like we're going to get an early Zora check here too.
I mean, with that amount of money, you know, I would get it out of the way potentially because we have the flippers. But it all depends on how the seed kind of routed me as well. Ooh, this is something that Pikapals will have an advantage on, and we've got relatively accessible hookshot cave here.
Ooh, a glove. Is GTG going for the hover? Oh, the Berry says no.
Nope. Yeah. However, Waterfall is kind of out of the way, so it may or may not take Pikapals a while to get to it.
Yeah, we'll see. We got 2 small keys here at Zora. A Palace of Darkness key from Zora himself, and another
pod. So that tells me something's in pod.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I mean, we've already seen the lamp, but that was already in logic with 1 key, and now we've got at least 3.
Yeah, usually you don't see that many pod keys right away, unless there's something that the game intends you to get.
See if Pika goes to the Bonk Rocks right here immediately. Not yet. Unless they did that.
Speaking of Bonk Rocks, the back door to Hookshot Cave goes out to the Dark Bonk Rocks near Link's house.
It's an okay Dark World access. I'd rather have something that goes to the north part of it or the east part of it.
Yeah, and I mean, you do connect from Waterfall, so it is not the best area to be in anyway. Because once you've done the Waterfall area, you pretty much never go back.
Yeah. A flute would make it more convenient. And you can flute to the warp.
Yeah. But GTG is gonna use this mirror here and gonna check some Cave 45 and probably gonna check the archery game in the Dark World if Cave 45 pans out to be nothing. Oh, and we'll be able to access the left side of the Quarreling Brothers house.
Yeah, that's definitely the important part of getting access to this at this point. Checking these 2 mirror locations down here.
But it does look like Pika is gonna find Hookshot Cave, so we'll be able to pick up that pair of gloves there, as well as whatever else is there.
Looks like the left side of Race Game was the mini Moldarm cave. So big find for GTG.
Well, it looks like there was nothing else other than those gloves in Hookshot Cave. So GTG gonna still think about Hookshot, but not gonna be hurt by never going back.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a priority once they find out. Oh, looks like GTG's going into Eastern, so he's going to get his hookshot.
Yep, that's good news for GTG. I was wondering, usually, a place like Eastern is something you check at the middle of the seed. At the beginning of the seed, or when you get the big key / bow later on at the middle or late seed. So Pika is going to find the connector to the Dark Bonk Rocks here, and but does not have the mirror, so will not be able to find that mini Moldorm cave.
Not that there was anything really worthwhile in that cave to begin with, but it's just some backtracking that Pikapals might have to do later.
And coming out of that connector there may, prompt Pikapals to check the light side next time he gets a chance.
Yeah. Oh man, I would go through that connector. That looks awfully tempting.
Yeah, and Pikapals is doing just that. You don't have a whole lot you can check without a Moon Pearl and the mirror. So, any connector is kind of friendly in this situation.
And it's Death Mountain access. We already have access to this area based on what we've seen from GTG getting to that Mimic Ledge, and then we could mirror off with that. But this is new news to Pikapals, of course.
And GTG found a connector to the Dark Mall, so finding out that there's the upper section of Super Bunny and mirrored out of the Dark World and is going to check the Light Shopping Mall, may go back into Super Bunny to get those items.
Kind of funny that, oh man, GTG's got to be patient. But we found both ends of Spiral Cave for Pikapals. So we already know where this is going to come out. Although I bet Pikapals is going to go over to West Death Mountain from here. Some health would be useful.
So I think GTG is in the Death Mountain Ascent cave here.
Yeah, it does look that way.
And that it is. Meanwhile, Pika finding the library in the vanilla old man entrance.
Yet another key to pod from the old man.
We're already up to 4 pod small keys, which is, as long as you don't open the front door, you can full clear pod with only 4 small keys.
Of course, Pika's already opened the front door. But 4 small keys puts a good share of pod in logic. The single or the stuff that's blocked behind all the keys is not in logic, but everything else is.
And GTG definitely going to have to be careful as he's maneuvering around. Any random cabbage is going to, put him 6 feet under here.
Yeah. So Pikapals decides to refill his health using the hole in the old man cave here.
And GTG is going to go climb up on top of Spectacle Rock and check the Tower of Hera entrance. And it's just the archery game. All of our money requirements have been met at this point, so And we have at the Spike Cave entrance, Hyrule Castle left.
Yeah, I would definitely be doing something there. I think that GTG's probably just going to check this other entrance and then go through the castle, I would guess.
And Pikapals finding back of School Woods. This is something that I don't think GTG checked.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It's kind of odd. So we're a sword away from being able to clear this, and we're not getting it there, so I'm gonna have to mark this one down to come back to it later.
Yeah, then it looks like GTG is probably going to go check that now. This will be very welcome to see because GTG will be able to get a health refill here too. He's going to save and quit anyway. Not going to go through Hyrule Castle.
Interesting choice. Especially with the mirror. That mirror is pretty powerful for taking connectors. Looks like Pika's going to do some stuff in the castle.
Yeah, Pika definitely is going to go back for Hyrule Castle at this point. And SAGTG finding the middle section for Spectacle Rock.
Mushroom is an interesting find. Oh, not going to take the connector. Unless, I don't think we've seen that one.
Yeah, we haven't seen the connectors for Spectacle Rock, so GTG must be in a non-connector taking mood here.
I don't quite understand. Okay, I thought GTG was going back to the east there, and I didn't know why. Okay, they're just going back to Hookshot Cave since they didn't have Hookshot before. It's easy to understand prioritizing that. Looks like Pikapals is doing the dark chest in the sewers here first.
Yeah, I mean, it's an easy death warp here because we came in from the Dark World, so entrance, if you come into Hyrule Castle from the Dark World, the ropes have the properties of the grasshoppers that you would normally see in Thieves Town, and they do a lot of damage.
So, I need to point out, a lot of people aren't really aware that you can hookshot across the river in the opposite direction in the light world. So, GTG could have saved a little bit of time there instead of walking all the way over the bridge. And of course, there's always the water walk option too, with the hole right there.
All right, so GTG is gonna check and see if this item is worth grabbing, and it's a small key, so of course, without having found that small key for Swamp or Thieves Town, or even Hera, we're gonna definitely grab any small key that we see.
Yeah, I know Pika looked at that earlier before he had gloves, so I expect him to come back for this sometime soon as well. And there's another pod key. 5
Wow.
of them. All in, like, Sphere 0. Well, maybe that's Sphere 1, I guess. But, very easily obtainable. Anyway.
Yeah, there's got to be something crazy in Pod.
Like a moon pearl, maybe.
Yeah.
And probably in one of the places that's locked by all the keys. Ooh, big key to ice right there. That's nice. Big key to ice, of course, isn't required to finish the ice as long as you know how to do a bomb jump, which most of the racers do. But it's just nice to not orphan the big chest when you go through. So now we're going to see where these other Hyrule Castle entrances go. Not having the mirror is really going to be annoying for Pika right here. Yep, see? There's number 1.
So, GTG, finding Pod armed with 5 small keys is going to have a lot he can do here.
Yeah, we have to see every chest here, other than Helmasaur, I guess.
And I mean, the only thing he really can't do is right side unless he can mimic clip.
True, but we might find the bow or a bottle in here. Big chest in Thieves Town contains a heart piece. That's good to know. So that combined with the desert small key end is pretty nice.
Oh, we got a potion, so now we can do right side via potion glitch.
Yeah, you'd have to think that's coming up pretty quick here. Plus it'll refill GTG's magic. We have seen the front of Turtle Rock, so there are options for getting magic. But yeah. Oh, it looks like Pika's gonna maybe head into Skullwoods, I'm guessing, from here.
And there goes the potion glitch. GTG gonna go ahead and check this right side. Don't have a hammer, so unless it shows up, we're gonna have to death warp back, or mirror back.
Right, I forgot that mirror was an option here as well. I was expecting a death warp here. Well, that was pretty unexciting anyway.
So, Pikapals finding the back of desert in the Dark Chapel entrance. We've got quite a few dungeons that we found already.
Oh man, do you want to clear those guys out for one? I don't know. I don't think Pikapals has any ammunition to do that. Definitely not. You need at least 4 bombs for the first room of guards, and then another 2 for the second room.
Yeah, neither of our runners really have any good weapons.
Oh man. If Pika had the mirror, he could clear out Hera right there. Well, he'd also still needs a he needs a sword or a hammer to do the upstairs, or to do Moldorm, I guess.
Man, nothing so far in the rest of Pod, just that lamp.
Got the sea house in Village of Outcasts, didn't move too far. Let's see if GTG can get this bomb jump. I think he's too high. There we go, now he's getting closer. That's a pixel off.
Oh, and it looks like Pikapals is going to get that mirror.
This is going to be big for him. I wonder what he's going to do first. Oh, and the castle tower key. I didn't even notice that the first time. So, that's going to make going back to castle tower much more appealing. Oh, and there's the moon pearl in the dark room.
Yep. As you called it, there it is. So just as Pika gets the mirror, GTG one-ups him by getting the moon pearl. I can't imagine that Pika will ignore Pod for that long, though, given that we've gotten all these small keys.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. The last one is going to be out there somewhere, though. I'm curious where that's going to turn out.
So GTG going to go ahead and check the Lost Woods finally. Nothing too much here. Pika in Spectacle Rock. We'll see if he takes the... Yep, looks like they're going to take the connector here. And so we'll get to see where this goes.
It looked like he was going to check both entrances, but failed the bomb jump setup. Didn't look like he was being too careful with it, so...
Ooh, this is a good one. And especially right after finding the mirror.
Yeah. Oh, man. Bombs. Oh, so GTG has the mirror. He could go into the back of Paradox Cave there. It's somewhere I'd be heading. I don't think we've seen any of that yet. Oh, we found the big chest for Turtle Rock. We've actually seen every entrance for Turtle Rock independently now.
Yeah.
Okay, here we're going to check Paradox Cave.
So this could be... There could be something big here. There is something big here. The last pod small. And the big key to swamp. So there's a big key to swamp.
Which is, of course, just a single item check.
Yeah.
So there must be a way to enter this cave other than through that bottom entrance. What a big key to Mire.
Now that's an actually useful... Oh, and the bow! Paradox Cave got a lot of good stuff today.
Yeah, I'm really curious where these other entrances are going to take us to.
And speaking of Mire big keys, looks like Pikapals finds Misery Mire up on the top of East Death Mountain in the Light World.
Oh, and he decided to not do anything with it, I guess? Oh, here we go. Pikapals has found his own way into Paradox Cave.
Wow. Paradox Cave leading up to the top here of East Death Mountain, so that is a useful connector. Yep, and GTG is definitely gonna hop on into Mire here.
Yeah, certainly can't blame him with having the oh, we have the bow. I guess that's our solution for those ropes. That's interesting. Always fun when you don't have a sword or a hammer and you're in Mire. It's something that doesn't happen in a normal item randomizer.
I'd be willing to bet there's something here too, because we have 2 small keys already.
Yeah. And I guess it's just 2 that puts the left side in logic, so we have 2 and the lamp. Everything else is in logic with no small keys.
Yeah, and Pika finds Hype Cave in the Dark World in the Super Bunny entrance. And Quarreling Brothers was on the right-hand side of the Super Bunny entrance, and that connector leads to the cave in front of the pod area.
I would definitely be taking that over to the pyramid area as soon as I can here. It looks like Pikapals is pulling off some really nice Super Bunnies here, because you know, you have to mirror the frame that you enter the cave, and if you fail it, it's obvious, because then you end up mirroring to the light world instead of entering the cave. But Pikapals has just been entering and getting them first try, so you know, it's something that GGG's not going to have to worry about, given that he's got the Moon Pearl, but it's also something that can waste a lot of time.
Yeah, it definitely can waste a lot of time, because bunny stuff is definitely slower, and you're very limited in what you can do, even with Super Bunny. So sometimes you may run into situations where you have to just mark something on a map and come back.
I'm going to guess that Pikapals is just going to check the available items here, and then mirror back out.
And
he could go through these as connectors, but I don't know if he wants to do that yet.
And
sorry,
GTG found the Titan's mitts on the cutscene side, so there is another item that is a big find.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that, with the way that the logic has been leading us, like the way you were pointing it out before, that we had the keys and the access here, it certainly doesn't seem surprising that there might be something in or blocked by the Titan's mitts at this point.
Yeah, it could be our intended mire area access. We have seen a lot of connectors so far. And that's a good find. Pikapals finding the dam.
Oh, how? Hey, GGG just death warped. I guess they had everything cleared out. I don't really know.
Yeah. So GTG will be able to take this into, because he found the Titan's mitts, he'll be able to check the dark side, dark world here, and then he'll be able to see what else is in Hype Cave here.
So we've got a small key to Castle Tower. We just saw that on the other side. Not a very useful hint at all, considering we don't need to beat Aghanim 1.
Right.
But Ice Palace is a good find. Definitely something that we very well might need to return to soon once we get Fire Source.
All right, so let's see if Hype Cave actually has something today.
A blue cane in a bottle and a half magic.
Safety Cave.
Yeah, apparently.
But Pika picking up a potentially good small key there, the Tower of Hair small key on the pyramid ledge. So there could be something locked behind that.
Potentially good, but always terrible.
Yes. Another thing that GTG will be able to do here. Oh, Pika finding the top of the castle here, so these are some interesting entrances.
Yeah,
but
he's found 2 entrances blocked by a cave right now, basically, because one is Bumper Cave and then one is the Aghanim Tower entrance. So.
Yeah.
Just a 45-minute difference in finding the restock cave there.
GTG will be able to check the entrance of Pod here, something that Pikapals couldn't do because he did not have the Moon Pearl.
Right, good point. He'll also be able to go all the way to Catfish.
So Pika checking out the Old Man Cave. One of them leads to the laser bridge and exit, and it's the back of the Old Man Cave. Let's see where that goes. I think this will be our dark on the south of. Yep, that's pretty much where I figured.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've seen every dark cave at this point, so that had to be it. It looks like GTG is gonna go ahead and check out Desert as a connector and see where these go. So Pikapals is not going to do the middle, the big key chest in Turtle Rock. That would require killing the Pokey, and he doesn't really have any Pokey solution right now. He could kill them with the bow, I think, and bombs, but that's really unappealing.
So pretty much GTG is going to go back the way he came. Entrances for Desert, pretty uninteresting right now. The right side Desert entrance is kind of okay, but we don't have a hammer, so we're kind of locked in.
Was it the Hammer House in Fod? Or
Village of Outcasts. Yep.
Pika needs to get back into Pod.
This might be it here. So, yeah, the routing is taking him that way. Yep, he's going to go back into Pod, and this is where Pika will finally get his Moon Pearl. And GTG using the mirror to check both light and dark worlds here for all the entrances in this area. And so GTG will find the dam.
Pika's now going to go ahead and potion glitch. Oh, Sahasrara was at the pod entrance. It's pretty big.
Oh, that is huge.
Oh, man. Yeah. And I bet that's required, too, along with those mitts. Maybe something in Mire.
All right, so Pika making their way to the back of pod, provided Pika does the bomb jump correctly. It is, because I learned how to do it with the sword, and it's not the easiest to do it without a sword.
Oh, I just look at the menu and the background on the left side, as well as the bomb shadow after placing the bomb.
One thing we still have not seen is the item outside the dam, now that both of our runners have drained it. So there could be something sitting around waiting for them.
That certainly could be the case. Always frustrating when that's your go mode, maybe, and you never checked it.
But with the flute here, I think GTG may go ahead and just fly on over there and take a quick peek.
Sounds like a good time to do it to me.
The one thing with Pika is now that he's got the Moon Pearl, he's done a lot of Dark World exploration without the Moon Pearl. So now he's going to have to go back in and kind of rerun over some locations that he's pretty much cleared.
Yeah. Going back to pod and getting that flute could end up being a big deal in the rest of this seed.
Also, with Titan's Mist, GTG does have a proper Dark World access via the portal in Kakariko.
Oh yeah, that's right. Pikapals also needs to get back to the Hype Cave.
Titans were in Mire.
Oh, the Titans were in Mire, sorry. That's right, they're on the left side of Mire. What, was there anything in the Hype Cave?
It was Safety Cave.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm caught up. Well, there we got the cave. That's interesting because we still haven't seen either the normal entrance to Aghanim's Tower, and we haven't seen where the bumper cave goes. So either of those could end up being important.
And GTG also getting a hint here that the big chest in ice is just a big 20, so that's always a relief, even though, Pika has the big key for ice, so somewhere early on, I don't remember where it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But yeah, Pika is gonna go ahead and go back through this connector here. Looks like GTG is gonna go ahead and check out the Agita entrance, and it's nothing.
I don't really understand doing this in the light world. Seems pretty easy to just mirror there from the dark world. Oh, there's a bottle. I would pick up that potion. I like blue potions. Apparently, GTG does not. Oh, there we go. I'd say Pikapals has a little more exploration done. GTG has an item advantage with the flute and the Titan's mitts. So they'll probably be covering a lot of each other's tracks here for the next little bit, and we'll see who ends up being ahead once we get everyone caught up to each other, I guess.
So this on GTG's side is an entrance we haven't seen because Pika did not have the mirror, so it is Chicken Hunt. Nothing really of value was lost.
Yeah, that still might be in the back of Pika's mind, but we know that he's not missing out there. Still getting those mitts or that flute for Pika might take a bit.
Yep, and there he goes. He's it's not going to be in the back of his mind for long. GTG has not cleared escape, so this is going to be some time that Pika can gain back here.
Yeah, I think we know that the only thing that really of note that was in here was the Ice Palace Big Key, I believe, and we know from the hint that we just saw that it's not strictly required.
And a blue rupee for a blue cave. Looks like Pika is going to go for Skull Woods here.
I think we've got the Skullwoods Big Key. I believe it was pretty early, so that makes Skullwoods even more appealing. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was something in the big chest.
And we'll get to see if Skull Woods is naughty or nice today.
Oh, that's awful. There's nothing you can do.
Yep.
You just gotta take the loss.
Yep, that Gibdo is there to stay once he's standing there. Yep, and Skull Woods is most likely naughty today. I mean, we could get lucky and that last drop down could bring us back this way, but both entrances on the right-hand side means that the normally main entrance of the front is single-handedly locked on the left. And all that fight for nothing. It's just a big 20 in that chest for Pika.
So Pika is not going to go to the back where he can get 4 items at this point. I think, you know what, I'm not positive that he has the big key for Skullwoods. What was the big key that was in the sanctuary drop? Because I don't know if he got that one.
I think he has it, but the problem is if he drops in there now... GTG finding the first sword of the seed.
Yeah, that's obviously bigger news than anything else going on here.
But,
Oh, it is marked on his tracker, so I guess he probably does have it.
But Pika would have been...
He would have been stuck.
Probably trapped and does not have Dark World access like GTG does, but so he didn't want to gamble it. May go back after checking all this stuff here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Going south and being able to mirror down there now that he's got the mirror is probably more tempting, and that's what he's going to do.
And Pika finding that mini Moldorm cave, not much here. And GTG finding GT. That's a lot of GTs.
Unfortunately, we can't do a whole lot in here right now, but it's certainly nice to know where GT is located.
Yeah, especially because we have 3 small keys, so the moment we get a hammer or a... I mean, we could do the right side with just the lamp, but not in logic. Obviously, if we get Canis Maria, though.
You know, I'm not sure that GTG ever got around to checking, like, the digging game or the flute boy. So these are kind of new checks for us as a whole. Because he did some Dark World stuff before he had his...
I think you may be right.
Moon Pro. Oh! And it was significant as well. So there's our second sword sighting. That first sword, I'm pretty sure Pikapals saw that cave, but who knows when he's going to get back to there.
And we have our first sighting of Hotel Mario. Alright, so GTG is going to check this checkerboard cave entrance and maybe go back into Super Bunny. And how about that? Is this even randomized?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. That was the fact that was a checkerboard. Hey, at least it was a shield and not a piece of heart. Yeah, we've already seen the chests here in Super Bunny because Pikapals found the other entrance to this cave. But I guess GTG is going to get the news that it's not very helpful. Was there something on this island?
I don't know if... I don't remember if we even saw.
Oh, hey, mail. That's nice. Oh, that cape. That's right, the cape is in there. That could still be useful.
So if this routing takes Pikapals back to pod, that's very nice, and may even see catfish afterwards.
Or beforewards.
Or beforewards. Then words.
Oh, I'm guessing Pika is going to go ahead and check the middle entrance, and we'll see if he also decides to go through Bumper Cave while he's here. At this point, well, Pika doesn't know it, but we don't need any more connectors. But I wouldn't be surprised if he goes through Bumper Cave right here, because it's right next door, and it's not like there's a going there. He's
Well, looks like GTG is going to check Ice Palace, and Pika is going to go through Bumper Cave. Ooh, that's a big hint.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, and that could be our small key that we need.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It could be that it's in the basement. I don't know. We haven't actually seen any chests in Hera yet, I mean. But I think GTG did get the hint for the Hera location, and Pika has seen Hera.
So GTG may stumble upon Hera here. All he really has. Oh wait, he has not checked the Village of Outcasts yet. So I would imagine he'll go north though, or maybe want to go south to get those 2 items off of Digging Game and Stumpy.
Yeah,
because he does have the Titan's Mitt, so he can get back up afterwards.
Where was the Hera big key?
We have.
Yeah, Big Pikapals got it. He got it pretty early.
Pikapals did get it.
It was
a
early.
Good question.
Trying to think of where he's been.
Swamp Palace and Thieves Town are 5-6 crystals today.
Okay. Well, there goes the dream of the hammerless seed. We're also going to need to find that swamp small key at some point.
GTG going to do hammer pegs and realizing after he picked up the rock that, wait a minute, I don't have hammer.
So GTG can play this route into checking all of these north caves and then going to Hera. Oh, the Hera's right there. I was thinking it was to the east of Village of Outcasts.
Oh, and there's a small key.
Yeah, not the key that we were told about. Just a GT key.
So if oh, there's the Thieves Town small key hint, and we know we don't need it though.
Yeah, it could just tell us a bit about the logic of the seed, I guess. If they want to keep track of all the key logic in the seed, but it's getting a little complicated at this point.
So,
he does have the big key.
Yeah, they both checked. It was on Laser Bridge, so that's something that they both checked.
Right. It's the small key that he doesn't have. I misread that on the tracker before.
So, if GTG does decide to commit to finishing this dungeon out, if it is a crystal, that means Jeremiah will disappear.
Yeah, I don't really like that choice at all, because he could have easily gone and returned the frog first before coming in here. but it looks like that's his plan.
Oh, Terra of Terror is the green pendant. It helps if you read the tracker.
Right. Or pay attention when he talks to Sahasra.
Yeah, you know,
one of those
just
things.
give it up for our trackers. You're pushing buttons for us that apparently are falling on deaf ears here.
So he should be okay. And if he's thinking about this, that's pretty good awareness to, know that he can complete this dungeon and not lose the frog. So nothing exciting in there other than that Turtlerock key.
Except for if there's something in the basement.
Oh, true. Then again, the basement is never that exciting.
It's only exciting when it's you last location it. So we got the frog going on a world tour here.
I think I like the thought there. It seemed like GTG was thinking about equipping the cape right there, and it's really underutilized in that room because you can pull the statue while you're holding the cape, and it won't drain your magic meter.
All right, so we're dropping off the smith. Let's see if I mean, this is part of that Titansmith's chain. If there's something behind these.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think our Titansmith's chain may be fulfilled by having GT locked behind the mire area.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was thinking too. So looks like Pikapals is going to get his mitts. He's still going to need to get back to Pod to get his flute in order to get his GT access. Not quite sure where the seat wants us to go right now. I don't know that we've checked the North Dark Road with the mirror locations, but GTG's may be heading there soon, but it looks like he's dropped into the back. Oh, and we've got the other entrance. So we confirmed that if we fall into one of the other holes, we're locked into the backside of Skullwoods.
Yeah. The one advantage GTG does have here is he can go ahead and jump right in and then just mirror out of the Dark World and use the Kekriko portal to get back in.
Yeah, he's got mirror, he's got flute, he's got options.
And there's our hammer.
Oh, it was in the big chest. So Pika had access to that a while back, but he decided to put it off, and now it's a question for him again of when is he going back to this location.
And with all those small keys, I would say for GT, I would say that GTG is going to go to GT relatively quickly.
Yeah, you'd have to think so. Probably immediately, quickly. Or, no, not quite yet. But I wonder if he's going to do hammer pegs in the purple chest first.
It could be. Looks like will be
Roboting up a little bit here. don't know if it's happening for everyone.
Yeah, I think it's a Discord thing.
Okay, well, that sounded better.
And you called it. GTG doing purple chest and hammer pegs first before continuing on here. Just a big 20 on the purple chest, so hammer pegs and purple chest being pretty much nothing.
Man, GTG is gonna go ahead and do North Dark World now, it looks like, to me. He's just teasing us by going back to GT. I think we all want to see what's in there.
Yeah, I can see what GTG is doing here. It's likely there will be something in GT, and he's probably wrapping up some loose ends here before he commits to doing GT, because if you find what you need in GT, then you might find yourself in go mode minus some random item that was in some one-off check. And in cross keys, one of the worst feelings is when you have to go back through your Swiss cheese of checks that you haven't done just to find one item.
I'm curious to see if Pikapals is gonna also take the frog up to Moldorm. Oh, looks like we're doing Agate Tower before Ganon's Tower. Okay. There certainly could be something in here based on the things we've seen.
Quake.
I don't know what the Meyer Medallion was. I don't think
It
that
looks like it was
Turtle
Bombos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're both Bombos, apparently. So that's pretty not required. And this was a waste of time.
The other thing is, I don't think GTG has found all the dungeons yet.
Yeah, I don't know that he found the back of Desert.
Yeah, he hasn't found the back of Desert, which he will find very soon here.
Right.
I'm not sure if he's found ice either yet. It doesn't look like it.
I'm trying to remember where that was.
Ice was the cave in front of the eastern area.
Oh, yeah. Man, I have definitely forgotten that cave before, but it's certainly easy to route in at some point.
And
looks like GT.
Yeah,
Sorry.
This looks like it's going to be our GT play here.
Much easier Moldorm fight for Pikapals with the Master Sword. Big question for him here is, though, is he going to go to the back of Skullwoods right now? That's what he needs to do to get that hammer. And he's going to do the back. If there's something downstairs of Hera, that would be huge for Pikapals.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if there isn't something down here, then that could be really bad for him, because it seems unlikely that GTG is going to prioritize this location.
Yeah, while anything can happen in Cross Keys, Pikapal definitely needs some kind of a break, because he's just been following along basically right behind GTG. And GTG showing us where the dungeon is. All right, Pikapals, let's see. Is there something in the basement? It is a big key to Pod.
Wow.
That could be huge.
That certainly could be. Of course, it could also just be a further waste of time if Pod is a pendant.
And GTG picking up the Bombos medallion in Firebar Room, and then the Ether medallion right after that. So GTG has got all the medallions now.
Yeah, that Bombos is big. That lets us get into Ice Palace. The Meyer entrance has 5 checks. We got.
Oh wow!
What was that there? Sorry.
That was the GT big key in Bob's chest.
Yeah, we can clear all of upstairs at this point. And there's I don't know what's at the drop. Is it just? I don't remember if we've seen the uncle or the fairy, or the magic bat out, actually. So between the 3 of those.
And Pikapal's going to grab that small key there. So getting all the pod keys. All right, so I believe we had a hint here that this was 5 items on the Meyer entrance.
So I guess it's got to be Blind's house, since we've seen everything else. Oh, no hammer there. That's really unfortunate for Pikapals.
And there's another sword for GTG, so that's the 3rd sword. There's our Swamp Small. GTG can full clear Swamp now. But didn't go to the back of the chest. Oh, wow. He didn't go to the back room.
Huh. That could be really painful. At this point, we're kind of running out of things that we need. Oh, hey, there we go. There's something for Pikapals. Gets the cane.
So GTG is gonna go see what's on the dig spot here.
Pikapals is using this connector quite a bit here.
And this is a Turtle Rock Small Key. I believe the only small key we'd really want is, we know where the desert small key is. Maybe want the Harris, maybe GTG might want Harris small key, depending on what's in Pod Big Chest or on Helmasaur. An ice small key is nice. Not required, but nice.
Yeah, if I know where ice is, I'd want to try to put it off until I have a small key if I can. Red mail for Pikapals. Did GTG do Stumpy?
GTG did not.
Okay, so he's got a third sword waiting there.
Yep. Because he got the sword from Blind's basement and from the brewery house. Meanwhile, Pika is taking good care of clearing out a bit more Turtle Rock here. And GTG gonna go ahead and skip left side swamp here, at least for now. May go back in afterwards or may not.
GTG is both intentionally and unintentionally leaving a few spots here now that could end up being big if it turns out there's something in them. If there's not something in them, it's just going to save him a little bit of time, I guess. But
yeah, the one thing is he'll know if he just leaves swamp after killing Argus. He'll know that left side swamp still exists.
right.
But if there's something big in the back of Blind's basement, I don't know if he'll ever think to go back there. And GTG doing some nice double puff spin strats. Meanwhile, Pikapals is going to go ahead and take on Argus. We have a cape, so fight's not going to be terrible.
That was a pretty nice first phase of Argus there.
And Pika does not even... Oh, there you go. Pulling out the cape and as he gets low on health. And now he's going to finish off the eyeballs and use the bow to kill Vitreous. And GTG getting pretty much nothing off of Argus.
Big Key of Eastern, that's a nice find for Pika. He can go ahead and finish up Eastern. I'd be tempted to do that pretty quick.
Yeah, this is a momentum swing back in the favor of Pika, at least for the time being. But he's still going to have that mindset to go to the pod entrance.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Pika's plan is right now. Oh, finish Skullards. Yeah, that makes some sense.
Yeah, in Pika's position, this is kind of your time to think. You know, you kill bosses and you try to figure out what to do here. Meanwhile, GTG is going to show us what's on the Turtle Rock entrance. And it's Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, we knew this had one chest in it. Oh, and it looks like it's important. Yeah, that's probably necessary.
Yep, Thieves Town is one of our 5-6 today, so that is a required key. And so we will need that GT access. Pika gonna need to get that hammer at some point as well as the flute. But GTG has not found the entrance to Ice Palace as of yet. So Pika does have an advantage knowing where all the dungeons are.
Yeah, it's a game of two things for Pika. He needs to head to the pod entrance and he needs to do the back of Skullwards.
Yeah, if he does those relatively quickly, this could go in the favor of Pika very quickly after that.
Yeah. He might be waiting for a Fire Rod to do the back of Skullwards. That's something that I would certainly be considering. But the Fire Rod might be, like, in Ice Palace or something like that, and blocked way behind everything that's in the back of Skullwards.
All right, so we're going to finish Eastern here. And GTG has only one small key, so is not going to spend it going through to the front. It's going to save that one for Trinex. We never know when our next key is going to be. And GTG immediately taking this big key to Thieves Town. We know our Desert Palace small key is in here and not in the big chest.
Yeah, kind of funny how they both found a big key and then both immediately made use of it.
All right, so Pika will be showing us very shortly here what awaits us at the end of Eastern. We don't know if this is crystal or pendant. If it is a pendant, we as the viewers know where all of the rest of the crystals will fall. But it is a crystal, so that is a break for Pika. Putting one more crystal in his pocket.
Yeah, that's 3 crystals for him now, compared to just 1 for GTG. It's kind of interesting, the disparity in dungeons they have completed so far.
Yeah, and something to note is that GTG will also have access to that one lone item on Pyramid Fairy. So, will he take the bomb there immediately after Thieves Town? Probably not, but will be an option.
I think Pikapals might be heading towards the back of Skullwoods here. Let's see.
This is pretty good. I would say it's better for Pika to find the hammer first, because it doesn't unlock a whole lot. But it does provide some meaningful progression.
Yeah, we got a hint for the Thieves Town big chest having nothing. And the flute is at the pod entrance.
Yep, and Pika's gonna get that hammer. And GTG is taking that desert small key to see what's on the right side, so this could be something interesting. Nope, nothing really to write home about.
Is Pika gonna do the hammer pegs right away as well?
Yeah, it's nothing.
It looks like it, yeah. Yeah, you're roboting on.
Green pendant. Just a heart piece. And Pika is checking the front of Churro Rock here, so this is something that GTG has not checked. And GTG is going to find Ice Palace here.
Can't blame him for diving right in.
Oh yeah, you've got plenty of hints. You can full clear it. There's plenty of items in a, when you're on Keysanity, Ice Palace ain't so bad. And if we found Fire Rod here, I would totally be 100% not shocked.
Well, if we can believe that Turtle Rock is a pendant, it sounds like Fire Rod is not strictly required in this sea.
Fire Rod could also be at the top of GT. But the one thing that Pika does have in his pocket is that red cane. That is going to affect a lot of things because that was on Catfish, and that is a hard check to make.
Yeah, I could still see GTG heading towards Catfish after completing the pod area. I mean, he's got to still go to the pyramid and stuff, I believe. But he might be, well, probably would be best to try to combine that with doing the Super Bomb. So, we'll see.
And Pika's going to check what the entrance to Turtle Rock is. And there's that Fire Rod.
Yeah, there it is. No surprise there.
All right, so after GTG is done, we're really at a point where our runners are gonna have to start making some decisions.
Well, if GTG goes to Catfish and gets his king, then he can do the right side of GT. That's pretty tempting.
Yeah.
Fourth time's a charm.
Now I wonder if Pikapals is gonna remember the big if Pikapals knows the big chest is still a thing, and is gonna go back for it, or is not remembering.
I'd have to imagine that he is. He's just doing this first.
So GTG picking up some silvers. Very nice find there.
At this point, Pika could end up go-moding Ice Palace. So he might not get that Fire Rod or those silvers. We'll kind of see how this plays out.
And again, this big key for Pod was in the Hera basement. which GTG knows now where the small key for the Hera basement is, but didn't have it when he first cleared it, so it's definitely a single item check there, and a very unattractive one.
Yeah, there's a lot riding on these 2 checks in here for Pikapals. Plus, I guess a third of the pedestal. Small key to Meyer is just complete garbage. He's got to go back in and check this big chest, though, and that would be really interesting if it's something. He's not going back in. I'm confused by that. I guess he's cutting his losses.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that, because, I mean, really, it's a long trip to do both Helma and the big chest. But, yeah, I don't know. So GTG is gonna go ahead and kill the moth. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go and do Meyer after this.
Well, he's still waiting on that cane.
Oh yeah, that's right. We need the cane. But that was a very nice moth fight there. Have we seen King's Tomb entrance?
Yeah, I know GTG. He went in there at the very least. I'm wondering if Pika is going to go back to Mimic Cave, since I know he saw that before, and I'm not sure that GTG ever did. Well, that's right. I think it's at the Dark Potion Shop here.
Yeah.
There's no way that GTG saw that. But he's picking up the Super Bomb, which is going to lead him to the pyramid. Maybe there's something good in the pyramid, but if not, maybe he heads up towards this direction after he's done there, and then he'll get his cane.
Yep, nothing in Mimic Cave here, so maybe Pika will take this to the pod area and check that entrance. Pika does not have a whole lot left to do, so this could be the play.
It's certainly looking like it. By the way, you should be fluting to 5 and not 4. If you're not already in the Dark World to deliver the Super Bomb. I don't know how big of a difference it is.
Yep, this looks like it's the play, so Pika is gonna get that flute and will now have a bit of, well, I wouldn't say necessarily an item advantage, but definitely is gonna get it once he gets to the Meyer area.
But it could be very short-lived, as GTG might also get that cane very quickly here.
The one thing is, will Pika sequence break right side of GT?
I'm not sure if that's something that he typically does. but it could definitely be big if there's if that's where our desert big key is.
Because we know for sure that he's gonna be headed to the Mire area at this point.
You would think so.
So our pyramid turns into nothing. And it looks like GTG is going to go through Bumper Cave here.
Yeah, this is probably just going to lead to GT or something like that. Something we haven't seen, but it's not necessary.
Pika
right side of
came
desert
through here.
Sorry.
Yeah, Pika checked it earlier.
Oh, he did go through there. I didn't see that.
All right, so GTG didn't go and get the cane. Is he gonna make the climb?
Oh man, it sure looks that way, doesn't it? And you'd think at this point that, yeah, this is probably the game right here. If the big key is up on top of the top of GT here, or at the drop, which we know is the uncle, then that's probably game over for Pikapals.
Well, I mean, again, GTG still has to get that cane off of Catfish. He interrupted his routing through the east side of Dark World, so never went up to Catfish.
That's true. That's true. He might have like irreparably orphaned that one location and have no intention of going back there. Maybe he's forgotten it, or maybe he's purposefully not going to do it. Who knows at this point?
So Pika is going to show us what we've already seen. Going to get that Bombos medallion. Going to go ahead and get the GT big key.
Yeah, the one thing we're going to see from Pika that we haven't seen before is probably the tile room after the left side here. And maybe he'll sequence break the right side, I'm not sure.
And it looks like we've got a bet opened up here, so get your bets in. Where is that Desert Palace big key? Subs and users that cheered 200 bits or more to this channel will have a bigger shot to win their prize as their bets get tracked on a separate board. And I would get those bets in quick because I would imagine we're going to close that as soon as GTG gets within arm's length of those chests at the top. All right, so our first chest is a green rupee, a small key to Turtle Rock, There's our Thieves Town small key, as promised. And just a map, but there are 2 more items because we have Uncle at the end of all of this.
I wouldn't be that shocked if Pika just decides to go ahead and climb right here as well.
Yeah, I mean, Pika's done a lot of checks, and climbing would be kind of the more reasonable play if you've cleared everything else. But you also have
He's got Ice
5
Palace
items
access.
in Mire, and he knows Ice Palace, so, you know, there could be... Oh, there's our 4th sword.
Whoa, that was super weird. Is he going to do this? He's going to do it, I guess.
So, yep, he's going to sequence break, and that's good because we know where the fire rod is. It's accessible and within logic at this point.
This is interesting. Don't get to see people do this very often. Ice Rod at the Uncle. Oh my goodness. So if Trinex or Pedestal has something, then... Set. That was a very nice bomb jump, by the way.
Alright, so... And is now just going to get this last one, and it is a tight fit, but gets in there. All right, so what are in these chests? Let's see. We've got a heart piece. Then we got a book. That could be something.
Yeah, that book could be very...
Oh, and there's a big key to desert!
Oh, wow. Okay.
But GTG going to Catfish.
Right. So he's just got to head right back here, and then is he in go mode? Wait, what is Pika still missing? He needs the big key for Thieves Town, which is right here, right?
Yes.
So is Pika going into go mode?
Yeah.
Oh man. GTG. Oh, GTG needs the Eastern Palace big key, which he'll get if he goes back to Mire. Because that was on Vitreous. Swamp Palace Small is also in here, I think. Is that right?
There's Pika's butter. Hold on. This was the Swamp Small. I think...
Oh, well, we know it's not back here.
The Thieves Town Big Key, where was it? I can't remember.
Maybe it's in Swamp. Oh.
But at this point, this is going to be a race because it looks like GTG is going to head on up to Mire here.
Oh, the Turtle Rock entrance. Yeah, that could be a bit before Pika gets back there. I think I'd have to give a bit of advantage to GTG at this point still.
Yeah, that is true.
Just because doing the right side of GT seems like a much more logical play than doing this one-off check at Turtle Rock.
And not to mention, he's already done Mire. So
yeah.
if he had Meyer left to do, then it would be a much more easy play to make.
Sure. So, not surprised by the decision by Pikapals to go into Swamp. Of course, we know there's nothing required or maybe even useful in here. Other than the one crystal, of course.
But there is a big sword difference between our runners. GTG on Master Sword still. So that is going to have a bit of a time, difference on the, between the two swords there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ganon fight, and I'm not sure where else it might come into play. But it certainly could. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Gold Sword and no silvers than Master Sword with silvers. At this rate, Pikapals is probably going to end up getting those silvers out of ice anyway, before he goes back to Turtle Rock.
And just as a reminder for our viewers out there, Ganon is hanging out at the Magic Bat entrance.
So Pika's also skipping the left side. I don't know if he ever got a hint for the left side of the swamp. There could be one in ice or something, if we didn't see all those hints.
Also, if you like what you see, give our runners a follow. They're putting out a great race for us this evening. I know this has been, quite an exciting race, when Pika is getting these items that GTG has left behind, and we're, vice versa. We're always sitting there thinking, when is the other runner going to go back to where the other hasn't? But, yeah, so GTG is now in go mode. Oh, no, sorry.
No.
It needs the Desert Palace Big Key still.
Right, so he just has to go back to GT in the Meyer area.
But
not really sure what. Oh, he's going to do Eastern.
Yeah, he's going to do Eastern first. And yeah, Pika having a much faster time with Argus here with that gold sword. Even though GTG's fight was nicely executed, it just doesn't hold a candle to good old one-swing power. So I'd say Pika will probably be on the way to ice or desert here. Looks like desert. Gonna grab that portal and head on over to desert. Not that far away.
Yeah, I guess doing desert and then doing ice makes the most sense. And it's a big decision time for him.
And I'm not sure 100% if GTG has actually found the back of desert. It's not a really obscure check to make, so it'll probably be easily found if he just goes for it. If he hasn't already found it, of course.
I'm expecting just some sword strats here. These landmolls based on the weapons we've got.
But really, it's a race to a big key. Pika needing the Thieves Town big key and GTG needing the Desert Palace big key. So, you know, there's not a whole lot left for each runner to check. Pika has a little bit more to do, but really, I mean, his checks are a bit more farther out of the way than GTG's.
You know, yeah, GTG has a very obvious check of going to the right side of GT, but at the same time, I think like the pedestal is fully in logic for him. So, you know, he could go to Turtle Rock and kill Trinex or back to Pod, but it looks like he's heading to Meyer, so this is probably going to be the GT right side.
Yep. Not to mention, GTG has only one more dungeon to clear, whereas Pika has 2. And Desert Palace is... The Bag of Desert is very quick to do.
Yeah. Well, man, GTG is in a win-win with that tile room. if he's skipping it, so it saves him time. Not doing it, if he would have done it, then he would have ended up with a better sword for his top trouble. So either way, can't really lose there. But yeah, it sure looks like GTG's got a big advantage now, as he's going to get his last big key he needs.
Yep, and Pika is going to full clear ice here, looking for that Thieves Town big key. All right, so GTG off to the races and is straight on off to Desert Palace here. Including the 3. Going to the Dark World. Yeah, GTG knows where it's at. Or maybe not.
Well, you'd think if he's in this area, there's a good chance he's going to find it pretty soon. But, you know, this is a one-off check right here. He's going to have to, you know, take some other course of action immediately after opening up the back of Skullwoods. So I don't know what he's going to do. It's possible that he doesn't realize that he forgot that location.
Yeah. But this is giving Pika at least some time to catch up here, and he's going to check Sick Kid just for an extra sword here. But it does a save and quit. So GTG is looking for that back of desert entrance. This is good for Pika.
I can't even think of where else GTG is going to check here. Maybe he never went into the swamp entrance?
Yeah, this is all catch-up time for Pika. Hasn't gone into the Hype Cave. So Pika's getting those silvers. So GTG in entrance mode here.
This still looks very good for GTG overall, because Pika's gotta take the initiative to get up to Turtle Rock, and I don't know if that's gonna happen right away.
Yeah. GTG could probably check every missing entrance he has at this point, and probably still looks like this might be it.
Yeah.
Yep, this is it.
Oh, he died!
He died!
You'd have to think he's gonna go right back there. Oh, what a crazy fight by Pikapals there. It's pretty nice killing them all with the same blow. But I imagine he's gonna go right back.
Yeah. Because it seemed to me that is clearly an entrance that was not checked, and not marked off as checked.
I think Pika's going to the back skulls here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe he's going to do the front of Turtle Rock? Oh, yeah. I bet that's what it is.
Turtle Rock main.
You can't blame him for going to the locations where he knows items are, rather than trying to search out these caves. He's found all of the big ticket item caves.
Alright, so with silvers, GTG does a quick 1, 2, 3 on Landmo. And now GTG is off to kill a Ganon. Ooh, and Pika is going to go in and check left side swamp.
I think something we've learned here is it's much better to be in entrance mode than item mode.
Yes. Alright, so GTG's got a Master Sword fight, and I know GTG loves his low equipment seeds, so he should be pretty good on this one.
He's got half magic and blue potion and a cape if he wants to use those things.
But we're going to find out what's on left side swamp here.
Well, we've got 2 more heart containers to fill.
And GTG does have a blue potion.
I'm gonna guess there's some money over here.
There's 1. Two, 3, 1 more silver to go. And down goes Ganon. Get those GGs in the chat for SAGTG. Finishing with a first place time of 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 25 seconds. Also improving their personal best by 7 minutes and 5 seconds.
At this point, I'd even expect Pikapals to climb GT if he's going to continue on. I don't know what his plan is here, though. He might just give up after this chest.
Yeah, I mean, it may not even be a thought to check the Turtle Rock main at this point. And GTG will be joining us for an interview shortly. Meanwhile, Pika is headed to the tablets now.
Yeah, if he does either, that could lead him to checking Turtle Rock, perhaps. But it's all kind of a point at this point, anyway.
Nothing but a blue coin there, and there's a flute to 1. So, yep. Gonna check ether, so you may be right. Let's see. This would be the best time to check it, if any. I can't think of anything else that'll push him back towards that Turtle Rock entrance. And we've got an eastern map. And it does look like he's headed over to that area, pulling out the hammer. So this could be the eastern big key. Oh, getting dead rocked. Everybody loves dead rocks. And we are joined by SAGTG. Congratulations. And how about that seed? Oh, looks like Pika is gonna find that Thieves Town big key.
Yeah, I can't hear you either, GTG. might want to check your mic input or something, I guess.
All right. Pika, gonna do a save and quit.
Let's see, how about now?
Yes.
Okay, I figured out the problem. Apparently, I was playing on an emulator with a DualShock 4 tonight, and that likes to identify as a microphone to my computer and just hijack the whole thing.
That is an interesting problem to have.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out a solution for that in the future, or just remember to unplug when I finish. But about that seed, I really was happy about the early boots and the sequence of which I found the gloves, and I think the hook shot came pretty early too, so it was pretty convenient in a lot of ways. And then the lamp being in Palace of Darkness and never having to come back, that did feel good. That said, looking at what's going on the restream right now, I'm guessing that play into the Turtle Rock entrance is ultimately what won me the race this time.
Well, I would say that not entirely. It came down to a lot of it was just your opponent not getting some of the key items that he needed. Went quite a long time without Flute because he did some bunny shenanigans in the pod area and orphaned that pod entrance, so didn't go back there for quite a while.
Yeah, and he also was much later getting to the hammer than GTG was. Those two things added up to a lot.
Oh yeah, that was definitely one. When I opened the Skullwood's big chest and found that hammer, I thought, wow, the Skullwood's big chest actually had something for once.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think what really made a big difference was the timing and finding pod, because when Pikapals found it, he is playing as Pikachu. He only had one pod key, and when you found it, you already had 3 or 4.
I think 5 actually.
Oh
yeah, I had 5 because I was able to check everything by using the hammer, just except for Helmet Sword. But once again, that would have been so super late.
Yeah, so he got the Moon Probe quite a bit after you, which is what led to some of those bunny shenanigans that we mentioned. He did well to not lose much time with the Super Bunny things and stuff that he did, but it still orphaning those locations hurt him more than anything, I think.
Yeah, I'm also seeing they have 2 more swords than I did. What's the deal with that?
So there was one sword in Tile Room of GT, and then there was one sword on Stumpy.
Oh wow, I totally forgot to check Stumpy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I got really lucky that didn't end up mattering.
You also went into Blind's hut and checked the 4 chests, opened the door, and never went to the back. So...
apparently my brain was off in space somewhere, so I guess I'm lucky that the rando gods were kind about it.
Yeah, this seed was really, you didn't really have much that tripped you up. The only thing that really did was the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, Catfish was another one of those things that I just kind of forgot for a long while, but the way I'd been routing, there was never a good time for it up until that point, so I didn't feel too bad when I did find it. And I think, in hindsight, that may have saved me doing some more checks that wouldn't have paid off, like the front of Turtle Rock.
And Pika is taking on the big pig, pushing Ganon into phase 3 very quickly with that butter sword. Gonna get that first arrow in. Doesn't get you torch glitch, but with silvers doesn't matter too much. Gets a double. And gets that fourth one in. Pikapals killing that big pig. And get your GGs in the chat for Pikapals. Pikapals finishing with second place time of 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 50 seconds.
Yeah, GG Pikapals. It seems like there are a lot of spots in the seed that could have tripped someone up.
And we are joined by Pikapals. GG's, and that seed was a bit rough if you went against the grain.
Yeah, it didn't go well for me. GG SA.
GG. That was definitely a seed that had a lot of really goofy, tough calls. A lot of convenience and transportation, but just it wanted you to kind of go all over the place and then start diving dungeons. It felt like,
and
Yeah, I mean,
that seed was
I did a great job not diving dungeons till the end, but I was missing half of the convenient transportation that existed.
yeah, I was apparently quite a bit luckier with that. I found flute a lot earlier, according to the commentary, and so I think just being able to jet around with that helped a lot.
Yeah, it is harder to find it later than practically last location.
Yeah, but I mean, at the very least, the seed had some pretty decent connectors. Paradox Cave was a very nice connector. Connected you to both the top of East Death Mountain in the Dark World and the bottom of East Death Mountain in the Light World from Kakariko Village.
Yeah, it's pretty helpful.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Go to Kakariko Village.
Particularly after Mire time, or rather before Mire time, just being able to go up the mountain that way and it being a little faster. It was.
And honestly, I just felt like with no flute and your choices being either running through the back of Old Man to get to the right race game or spawning at the fairy fountain, I kind of just decided the mini mold arm to the top of East Dark World Death Mountain would be faster.
Yeah, and aside from that, one thing you did have in your pocket was you found, Pika, you found the red cane quite a bit before GTG did. I know catfish can be a hard check to make sometimes, but that definitely gave you a bit of advantage in that area.
Yeah, that's always nice. It was especially convenient because I was already debating going back up to that Turtle Rock big chest, so being able to just finish up Mire while I was there was useful.
Yeah. So, you have I mean, this is an elimination match, unfortunately. Do you have anything that you want to say about the tournament or, the seed in general, about the, anything? Get on your soapbox.
Oh, not too much. It's been fun. It's probably been the unluckiest tournament I've ever joined. I don't think I've had good luck in a race other than my last one.
Yeah, you took second in the last tournament a couple years back. So I put a lot of faith in you and my predictions. I think I was one of like 2 people to have in the Final Four, but didn't happen. There's a lot of strong players in this tournament, so not surprising, but it's going to be fantastic to see the rest of this, I think.
Yeah, for sure. There are definitely a lot of strong players, and I definitely haven't been playing as much as some of them have, I'm sure. I just would have liked more than one match where I didn't last location an incredibly important item.
Well, I mean, Cross Keys tends to do that. She can be a cruel mistress, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
You ran a great race, and you really caught up a lot at the end there, and it was looking like it could have gone your way. So, you know,
Yeah, that last item was
9 minutes is not that big of a difference in Cross Keys.
that was just a tough spot to have to check that Turtle Rock entrance. So
Yeah, pretty much. I just had to choose between the 5 items I left behind over near Kakariko, and then there were the 2 on top of up there.
so GTG is going on to race ALttPR next. Got any thoughts about that one?
If I speak frankly, ALttPR I know is a lot more experienced in cross keys than I am, so I think I'm probably not going to make it past that one, but I'm going to try my best.
All right, good luck to you. Does either of you have any final thoughts as far as this goes?
Well, as always, thanks for putting this restream together, the whole team. And it was definitely a fun race and fun scene. So I guess I'll head off here, but thank you for having me.
Yep, just thanks for the race and the restream. Good luck to SA in his future races.
Thank you very much.
Yep, and make sure you drop these runners a follow. They put on a great race for us, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here this evening. Also, it would be appreciated if you follow our trackers. They click the buttons so that we know what's going on in these matches. Cross keys can be a lot to take in, so knowing where everything, who has what, and who has found this and that is definitely helpful. And also, my co-commentator, Jay Coper.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a good time.
So, GG both of you, Pikapals and SAGTG. Little administrative notes here. We had a couple matches scheduled for tomorrow. 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1800 UTC. Got Haikyuu Type versus Asder. And then at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we have Matt 7898 versus Bonta. Still looking for some volunteers for both of those matches, so if you're available and would like to commentate or track, we would love to have you. I think the Discord link was just posted a moment ago, so feel free to come and sign up in there. That's really about it from here. Just my thanks as well to our 2 trackers and our commentators. Thank you for spending your time with us tonight. Any final words, or before we hit the road?
None from me. It was a great race to watch, and it was a lot of fun.
Same here.
All right. With that, we're gonna go ahead and close this one off. Have a good night, all, and we will hopefully see you about 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
and then you've got to do a slow dash